Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So this week, I shopped my stash. I have some stickers that I'm pretty sure were gifted to my children from Dollar Tree. And then I also have these Christmas light stickers that I either picked up at Joann, Michael's, or Hobby Lobby. And I'm sure I did not pay $3.50 for each of these. So I do have all of these stickers. I also have a full wall of washi tape as well as a few that I already picked out. And I have loads of Christmas scrapbooking paper if I want to go that direction. I also pulled just a few odds and ends from either scrapbook pages or planner pages that I've already done. So I have a few labels, and then I have a few just pieces of scrapbooking paper to my side that if I wanted to, I could cut out some of these images and use on my spread with the stickers. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do for December. The first thing that I notice about December is there is a lot of white space at the beginning of the month and not any white space at the end of the month. I don't have a lot going on the last week of the month, so it's okay if I over decorate that section. So now I'm looking at the scrapbooking paper and I'm thinking I want to cut out the packages and put them across the bottom, but I'm just trying to decide if they're going to be too tall or not. And then I'd like to take the Christmas tree, cut it out, and put it in the sidebar. And I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to A, have enough packages, and B, if they are going to proportionally fit with these other stickers that I have. And really the only way I'm going to find out is if I just go ahead and cut out the presents and the tree. So let me go ahead and get that done. I did leave a little bit of the fussy cutting in just because I wanted you to see that I am not the best fussy cutter, but I still go ahead and do it. And scissors do matter. And it's up to you what kind of scissors that you feel like you have the most control with. I love these precision scissors. However, I hate that they leave a serrated edge. So that's why I flip-flop between my purple scissors, which I'm not sure what those are, and my precision scissors from Tim Holtz. So as you see, I am turning my paper and not turning my scissors. It is much easier to fussy cut when you turn your paper and you hold your scissors in just a comfortable direction. Here, when I'm trying to turn my hand, I don't get as good of a cut. And as with everything, the more you do it, the better you get at it. I really used to be horrible at fussy cutting, but I'm getting much better. I also have tried to embrace leaving a border around things that I fussy cut. I didn't like to do that in the past. I like to go right up to the edge, and usually it turns out better if you do leave a little bit of that background paper on your image. Next, I'm going to grab my ATG tape gun. Any tape or glue will work here. I don't love using glue in my planner. I do occasionally, but usually I'm using a tape runner. I feel like it doesn't warp my page as much, so I do grab this tape runner. And I want to put this in the sidebar. I should have cut the packages off to the left before I did this, but once I get this down, I realize that I should cut out that green space on the left of the tree as well. So once I get this trimmed off and flip back over, I will lift up that left corner and trim the packages off just so it looks balanced on both sides of the tree. The good thing about most of the tape runners is even the permanent tape, if you realize that you've stuck it down in the wrong place soon enough, or you need to make a slight adjustment, you usually can do that within the first couple minutes of placing down the tape. So as you can see, it was easy for me to lift that corner up and clean that off. And then I will just put a little bit more tape down since I lifted that up a couple times. As I start cutting out these packages, I'm realizing that the green background on these is really gonna drive me crazy. I don't love colored backgrounds on my stickers, so I know that it will bother me when I put it on the stark white paper of the planner. So I'm trying to come up with a way that it won't bother me, and I'm thinking washi tape maybe, but then I'm realizing there is a lot of green left on that paper that I cut the tree from. So let me grab a piece of wax paper so I can put the sticker down. These were the original packages from the left side of the tree that already have tape on them, so I wanted to make sure they didn't stick to anything that I would need later. And then I'm going to go back to this green paper. And I know I don't want a ton of it down at the bottom, and I'm thinking I don't want a straight line either. So I am going to grab my paper trimmer and trim off that white border strip from my paper. And then I am going to grab my Creative Memories wave cutter and cut some waves into this. I just want a little bit at the bottom, and I don't want it to be a straight edge, so I think this will work the best. And I am just going to choose the gentle wave, not the more jagged wave. I just feel like I want it to look like rolling hills and not like waves in the ocean. So I'm not sure if Creative Memories still sells this. I will link it down below if they do. Otherwise, I think I've found different parts on Etsy before, but the cutter just has two little knobs that fit into the track and then a blade that cuts across the paper. So it's important to have a cutting mat underneath, but it's very easy to use, and one strip across and it's cut. So then I'm going to use my paper trimmer again, and I am realizing that I could have just used the wave cutter. It also has a straight line cutter, but I did just grab my paper trimmer and try to cut it about the same height as the other one was, and then I will match the waves up when I get back to my paper. This paper is 12 inches across, so I have a little bit of give. Let me get my work surface cleaned up just a little bit so that I can lay these strips down across my planner pages and see how I want the humps to lay across and how I can best get them matched up. And it is a bummer that I put the tree down and then I put more tape down on the tree. And as you can see, it's pretty stuck now. So it's been probably, I don't know, 5 minutes or so since I had originally taped down the tree. So I am going to bend up the trunk and hopefully be able to slide the green hills underneath the tree area. And again, I am just using my ATG tape gun in order to put the tape down. And I will be grateful that I put this much tape on when I'm using my planner, but right now when I'm trying to just shimmy the green underneath the tree and it's not working, I'm not happy that I put this much tape on. So I did get out my Cricut spatula and just use that to pry up the tree enough to get this green hill behind it. And I will probably end up sometime this month having to glue down that tree trunk a little bit. I'm hoping that as my planner is shut and it presses that glue together, it will stick a little better. But right now it kind of sticks out a little bit and the tape just is not holding it down anymore. So I may have to go in at some point this month and just put a little bit of glue behind that tree trunk. Now I'm going to line up my paper so that I can get those hills matched across the two pages. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I would like it to be close. I don't want it to be high on one side and then super low on the other side. So I am glad that I took the time to match up the two sides of my planner. And if I were using 8.5 by 11 paper, I would have just had to do a little bit of planning as I was cutting those hills instead of waiting until I went to tape things down. I feel like this is a good base for my page, and I think it'll be easy to put the page together now that we have this base image down and the hill down. I hate how images float on my page, so I am glad to have that grounding at the bottom. And now I think I'm just going to take my packages and trim them out and lay them across the hill. So I will say that fussy cutting is a time-consuming project, and if you don't have the time to do it, then it's fine. There are plenty of other solutions that you can use. I just happen to have a lot of scrapbook paper in my stash, so I wanted to use the things that I already had instead of going out and buying more Christmas stuff. I definitely have a ton to pick from. And I did leave these packages in groups until I decided which packages I wanted to cut off or whether or not I wanted to leave them together as they were. So I will continue to tweak and cut some apart and then layer them. And then I will bring in those sticker packages to mix in that shiny element so that it's not all packages and my matte paper across the bottom and left side, and then shiny things all over the rest of the page. So I really wanted to bring that shiny element into the bottom as well, and I can do that with the packages that are on the sticker sheets. They are slightly smaller, but I feel like the proportions are okay and it will just bring that page together. So I have a few of the packages laid out, and now I want to go ahead and grab some of these stickers and start incorporating the shinier packages in order to figure out where I want the rest of the paper packages. I definitely want something around the Christmas tree, so I'm going to play around over there. Those 3 groupings of packages I do already have taped down, so they won't be moving around, but I'm just trying to take inventory of how many package stickers I have so I know how I can spread them across the page. I definitely don't want to group all the shiny packages in one area. I do want to spread them across and bring that element all the way across the bottom of the page. So now it's just a matter of trying to decide which package goes best with which grouping. And there are red packages and pink packages. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between the red and the pink on camera since they are shiny, but I'm trying to balance the pink and the red across the page. It does look very similar, and you may think, why does she keep moving those around? It's because some are pink and some are red. I also wanted to mention that although I was having a lot of fun putting this page together and using my creative skills, it did take me close to an hour to get the spread completely done if you were to watch it real time and watch me cut out all of the paper packages and the Christmas tree. And I just try to balance when I'm doing spreads like this with the spreads that I do quickly so that it kind of evens out and I don't use a ton of time on decorating my planner. I think I want to lean more towards functional planning in 2024, so my pages may not look like this anymore. I do only use my monthly spreads for things like travel and the big things that are going on during the month. I don't use it for little scheduling or bills or anything like that, so it doesn't get very full. It's more to look at as an overview of what's going on throughout the month so that I can figure out what else I can fit in and what can't be fit in due to all of the big plans that are going on, if that makes sense. So while I was talking, I was looking at the sticker sheets, trying to decide what else I wanted to do on the spread, and I believe that there are enough ornaments where I can spread them out across that top white space area to fill in a little bit, and then I will draw lines and make them look like ornaments hanging from the top. Hopefully this turns out. It has turned out before, but I'm not sure how it will turn out with the stickers. I kind of wish that I had some matte ornaments that I could hang as well, but I really didn't want to do any more fussy cutting from paper, so I'm just going to stick with these shiny ones. So I will apologize for the glare on this. If I had known how bad it was going to be, I probably would have tried to find something else to share with you, but I am just trying to use the stash that I have collected over the many years of crafting and scrapbooking. And looking at this before I put anything else on the spread is very overwhelming. I'm not sure why I decided that that would be okay to put that many up at the top. It will end up looking good at the end, so I must have been thinking that as I was putting the spread together. But right now I'm thinking, holy cow, there are so many ornaments up at the top. But let's go ahead and see if we can drop some of these other images in. I do like that the sticker sheet is clear, so I can kind of get an idea of what things would look like without taking them off the sticker sheet. I did debate on which Santa Claus I wanted to use. I didn't want to use a bunch all over the page. I just really wanted to use one main Santa and put it down here by Christmas. And I did decide to use the one where he's holding the package just to incorporate another package into the spread. I also tucked some of those candy canes into the package clusters just to bring some more of that shiny element into those clusters. And then I have to laugh because my next challenge was finding a pin that I liked and that worked. So after I get this mistletoe down, I am going to dig through all of my drawers of different inks and try to find something that works and that I like. I did like this green metallic pen, but I didn't like how thick the line was. I also had this silver one, and that one was brown. I thought it was black. I don't know what happened to my black Sharpies. They all disappear. That line I thought was too thin. I did find my tweezers, so that was a win. And then as you saw, the brief clip of all of my daughter's gel pens, most of them didn't work. So I did find this red Jelly Roll pen and it works well, but I just have to laugh at all the pen options that I have and have had. I threw a lot of pens away this day, and it's just because I hadn't been using them. I'm assuming they dried up, but I don't use colored pens in my planner very often. I mostly use my black Muji pens or my erasable friction pens, so I didn't really have a lot of options, and I don't plan on buying a lot of colored pens for scrapbooking just because I don't scrapbook as often as I would need to in order to justify buying a lot of colored pens again. So I just had to laugh that of all the options that I had, how many just didn't work and were dried up. I was able to clean out my drawer a little bit, so that was good. But yeah, I did just go ahead and use my daughter's red Jelly Roll pen. I could have used any red pen. We do have red pens. So red, black, blue, those are pretty common around the house. But yeah, I had to just chuckle. And now I'm liking how this page is coming together. I did pull out those stickers that are lights that are all connected. And I took the first one out of the package and the little bulbs on them started to fall off. So I wasn't really sure that I wanted that in my page. So I am going to go ahead and skip using those. They will probably get thrown away because I'm not going to take the time to glue a little gem onto each one of the lights in order to make it work either in my planner or my scrapbook. So I did like how they looked. They just aren't going to work. I waited too long to use my supplies, which is another reason why I have been trying to use up what I have instead of just continuing to buy more. Shopping for my hobby is as fun as doing my hobby, but I really do need to use the supplies that I have. I will just put in a little disclaimer here that I do have a haul coming up. I did order things on Black Friday, but I tried to stick to things that I could use over and over again, like stamps or, well, scrapbook paper, of course, non-season specific washi tape, things like that. But I really tried to lean more towards stamps. Even though I am not the best at using them, I do want to start investing in those pieces that I won't have to rebuy over and over again. I'd rather spend $12 on a stamp set than $20 or more on a sticker book. Stickers that I will continue to invest in, though, are these boxes. This colorful boxes sticker book from Happy Planner is probably my favorite sticker book. I have 3 of them here on this one ring, and I've just collated the stickers together so that I can try to use one sheet up before I use the next sheet up. But I am definitely getting my money's worth out of this type of sticker book. I'm trying to really pay attention to the sticker books and kind of trying to look at each sheet and calculate how many of the stickers I would actually use in my planner, and then deciding, okay, if I'm only going to use 3 sticker sheets out of this whole book, is it really worth paying $15, $20, $25 for the sticker book? If I like all the pages in the sticker book, then yes, it is worth it. but I'm trying to really pay attention to that and how I'm spending my money on supplies. Plus, if you saw my sticker drawer clean out, I am running out of room for planner supplies. I do have an Expedit shelf that sits behind my project table for my scrapbooking supplies, but that is also full. I have some room for some stamps. I have a little bit of room for growth there, but I don't have a lot of room for growth in paper or sticker books. So I'm really trying to limit what I'm buying. I'm also trying to repurpose the stickers that I won't use as they are. So I am going to cut this silver band off of this Hello Today sticker, and I'm going to use the silver band and just put that Hello Today back in the sticker book. I probably won't use it, but in case I want to, it's there and it just won't have the silver band anymore, which would be fine. But I want to block off those 2 days as travel days. And I want to continue to bring that shiny element throughout the spread. So instead of getting like a red washi tape to go behind it, I wanted that shininess to bring that shiny element all throughout the page. I will also bring that shiny element again on the next week for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But as you can see, I am just cutting it off of another sticker that I probably won't use. Keep in mind, I have 3 of these sticker books, which means I have 3 of each of these shiny stickers, of which I very rarely use. So I have the first, second, and third blocked off for a soccer tournament. I have the 4th and 5th blocked off for travel, for work. I have the, what's that, next week, 11th, 12th, and 13th blocked off for another trip for work. And then I have the weekend of the 18th and 19th blocked off for another trip. So it's going to be a busy month. I haven't even figured out what days certain holiday events are going to happen on. So that still needs to get put in my book. And then the last thing I'm going to mark off is Christmas Day. Partially because I just wanted to balance the boxes across the spread a little more. I do think that there will be more boxes in that week before and the week after Christmas once we figure out when we are actually getting together with family. But wow, it's going to be a busy month. But this is really what I use my monthly spread for most often, is just being able to look at my overview and saying, okay, I want to bake cookies for an event on the, let's say, 20th. When am I going to do that? Well, I can't do it the weekend before because I won't be around. But I could make them ahead of time and either freeze them or put them out in the garage, which is basically cold storage. So really using this page to think through what can actually fit in the blocks of time that I have left throughout the month. And I had dropped a few extra stickers in, but I decided it was a little too much. Once I get my pen down for the month, it just would be a little overwhelming. So this is my spread for the month. I hope that everybody has a great December and a wonderful holiday season. My 2024 planner videos will be posting soon, so if you want to be notified of those, don't forget to hit subscribe and that little bell icon, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!